Hello fellow travelers. So if you like road trips and car camping, or this is something you want to try, then you've come to the right place. I'm gonna share some tips, tricks, and gear with y'all that I like to take on some of my adventures, and hopefully it'll help for you too. It's morning time for me. I like to make sure I keep an eye mask by my bed so it's nice and dark when I sleep. I also usually keep a pair of sandals next to the door so it's easy to get in and out. I also have these really great baby wipes. They're totally plant-based, so they're not super bad for the environment, but that's my shower in a bag. Keep my coat handy by the door, and I get out and enjoy the beautiful view in the morning. Listen to the waves. So then I usually get out and go looking for a place to go to the bathroom. I try to find a good wooded area, make sure that everything either gets buried or packed out. If you want to see video footage of this, it's available on my OnlyFans. Horrible joke. I keep my groceries handy in the passenger seat. You never know when you're going to need a snack. I love doing my Trader Joe's runs. Lots of great snack options there. I did this trip earlier in the wintertime, so it stayed pretty cool. I was able to keep a couple somewhat perishable items nearby. I get my boots out of the front. A little bit warmer. Oh, I also love these salad bags from Trader Joe's. I find that you can actually just eat the salad right out of there. And then I got a really good thing of almond milk. That usually lasts a few days in the cool weather. Hummus is also pretty good at lasting a few days. As long as it's cool, you don't necessarily need a fridge. So here's my sleeping setup in the back. I got a few layers. There's a reflective padding layer by Thermarest I have on the bottom. Helps increase the R value. Also doubles as an accordion. Or maybe not. But that thing has saved me, and it's pretty cheap. Definitely can increase the R value of your sleeping mat, which I have underneath. This one's partial padding, partially inflatable, so it packs down nice and light. And then I got a sleeping bag that's rated to comfort at -7, but I sleep pretty cold, so it's not it's not warm enough for me. I keep a couple extra blankets on top just in case. For sleeping, I usually keep on a nice comfy hoodie and a pair of sweatpants. Make sure you don't use a layer that's too reflective of the heat or you won't warm up in your sleeping bag. I got this really nice collapsible pillow from Mech. It was about 20 bucks, folds up nice and small. Super comfy, got some memory foam in there. Here's my extra blankets. Picked up an extra blanket from a nearby thrift store. That saved my butt. I got very cold. Also super useful for covering up your stuff in the back so that your car doesn't get broken into when it's parked. I try to keep my valuables in one spot so that it's all together and I can take it with me. I usually got a fanny pack that's got my wallet and passport and everything in there. That way I can bring it with me when I leave the car and don't risk it getting stolen out of my car if it happens to get broken into. Not had that happen yet. I also got my bag of goodies. I got some cooking gear. I've got my first aid kit. That's always important to bring. Got an extra towel. I even brought a foam roller because sometimes sitting in a car for a long time can make your muscles really stiff, so that was kind of nice to use. Similar to my sleeping pad, I've got a little sitting pad that's made out of the same material. It's reflective and warm, great for sitting on cold surfaces. Also got a little collapsible backpack. Always good to have some extra bags on hand if you need it. Then anything I might need in the middle of the night, I make sure I keep close to my head on my sleeping bag so it's handy. What else am I packing with me? So I got some extra clothes. I got my bag of toiletries. I like to make sure I've got a separate pouch for that. Keeps everything nice and handy. I like turn on the radio while I cook in the morning. Just make sure that you don't draw out your battery. I make sure that I keep a little emergency battery pack with me. It can be used to charge my phone and charge up the car battery in case it dies. And now for my morning routine. Gotta make sure you keep those teeth brushed. I always make sure to keep a Nalgene bottle handy. Great for drinking out of, obviously, but good for pouring water if you need to, wash something like your toothbrush. I've also got this little mouthpiece insert that goes into the top that makes it a little easier to drink the water out of. I thought that was a super good investment. It's just a little silicone thing. Oh, the water had been sitting in my car all night near freezing and it was really cold. I remember that. Keep my water bottle full. I got a nice little 1-gallon jug that I filled up with water before I left home. For me, it lasts me almost a week, and it's pretty easy to fill up. You can find outdoor taps behind some gas stations if you ever need to top it up with some more drinking water. Sleeping on the road for a long time can make you a little stinky smelling, so I use a nice light toner, kind of brush it over my face and underneath my sweaty bits. The baby wipes that I mentioned earlier are definitely a lifesaver for trying to keep yourself clean. Gotta keep those pits nice and fresh smelling. Don't want to stink up the back of your car too much. Make sure you keep some pain meds handy, any other medications that you might need. I like to keep some moisturizer handy, maybe some sunscreen, especially during the summer months. I also use a really great deodorant called Routine. That little tiny jar is enough to last me for up to a month. It's just, you put a little bit of this cream on your fingers and put it on your pits, and for me, I can wear it and it can last up to 2 or 3 days without reapplying. Super handy. I'll try to put a link to it in the description if you want to get yourself some. Being around the Pacific coast is just absolutely breathtaking. I mean, every time you look outside or turn a corner on the road, your breath is literally going to be taken away by how beautiful and astounding the views are. So now that I'm not in my sleeping bag anymore, I want to add an extra base layer because I'm feeling a little chilly, especially first thing in the morning. I've got Under Armour 3.0 level base layers for my pants and shirt. They keep you as warm as 2 or 3 different layers would be, but they're one thin layer, so definitely recommend an investment in a good base layer. And now it's time to get cooking. Make sure you got that water handy. I brought a metal set of cutlery from home. I like to keep that in my bag. And I got my lighter handy. Definitely better to use than matches, as I find matches can blow up super easily. And of course, I have to have those tunes rolling while you cook first thing in the day. It's the best way to cook. And for my cookware, I've got an MSR pocket rocket. It's super tiny. I love backpacking, so it's really lightweight, easy to pack down. I like to just pack light in general, regardless of where I'm going. But that's literally as big as the lighter is. It's super small, fits in the palm of your hand, hooks up to a little canister of fuel. You can get them at Mountain Equipment Co-op or REI. A lot of the main outdoor places, you can find them at pretty easily. But I found that one has worked fantastic. It's great for 1 to 2 people. Good for boiling water in just a few minutes, but you can also cook a lot of other things. I've cooked eggs and sausage and all kinds of good stuff. So I screw it onto the fuel cap, open up the fuel a little bit, getting lit. Make sure you find a nice flat spot to put that on. You don't want it to tip over. My breakfast, I usually keep pretty simple. I like to boil some water and get some oatmeal going. Those oatmeal packets are super handy for traveling, and they actually fill you up a lot more than you'd expect. I also love a good hot cup of tea first thing in the morning, especially on the cooler days. So I've got some Earl Grey tea there from Trader Joe's that I'm gonna mix with a little bit of almond milk. Once I got my water boiled, I pour that over the oatmeal and then add in the almond milk to heat that up, and then I make my tea. Got all my stuff ready to go. Got a little travel cup from one of the nearby stores. And then while everything's getting ready, I like to do a little workout. And then I need a quick Oreo break because I got hungry waiting for my food. I usually do some lunges, squats, stretches, all that good stuff. Side lunges, spinal twists. And then I got my little picker-upper to pour my hot water, ready to go.
And that is how I start my mornings off when I'm camping. It's tea, oatmeal, nice and easy, but having even a simple breakfast right on the beach is always going to be 10 times better than normal.
I'm going to spend the rest of my morning watching over the water. Thanks so much for watching, everybody, and happy adventuring. Safe travels.